Hello everyone, I am Satyanarayanan. Here I am going to discuss about developing a hotel reservation management system in Microsoft SQL, how to implement it via Microsoft SQL, and hotel management system is used in the hotels to manage the rooms, guest reservation and booking processes in them. So how we can implement this in Microsoft SQL Management Studios? First, we want to create a database for a hotel reservation system. In Microsoft SQL, we can create a database by right-clicking it, new database, and give a new database name. Here our database name is hotel reservation system. Sorry. And Wartner keep it as default and click OK. Now see in the database there has added hotel reservation system. Then we want to create tables for hotel reservation system. In this hotel reservation system, we used to create a 5 tables such as room table, guest table, reservation table, booking table, and payment table. And now we create a new table as guest table first. And right clicking on the database and click new query in MS SQL and start to type. Now here we have created the attributes as guest ID as a primary key and first name, last name, email ID and phone number in the table guest, and we can execute it. See here, command completed successfully. That means the table has created as a guest table, new table guest is created successfully. Then we create a new table for room table for rooms. For the room tables, we have created the room ID as a primary key, room number, room type, price, and capacity and availability bit. That means the availability of the rooms is shown in the bit, and we can execute it. See, this table also created successfully. And then create a new query and then create a table for reservation, and it has attributes as reservation ID, room ID, guest ID, check in date, check out date, and total amount for the reserved rooms. And see here as a primary key as reservation ID, and here as two foreign keys, room ID and guest ID. Now execute it. See, the reservation table is created successfully. And now we created a booking table and reservation table. On the booking table, we have a primary key, booking ID, and other attributes as room ID, check-in date, check-out date, total time is confirmed. That's the booking is confirmed or not is shown in the bit, and has a foreign key as room ID from the table rooms. And in the payment table, we has a primary key as payment ID, and the other attributes are book ID, amounts, payment date, payment methods, and here as a foreign key booking ID, which refers from the booking table. After creating that 5 table, we insert 3 of the rows in each and every table. We insert the values in the room table 3 and guest table 3 and reservation 3 rows, and in booking also 3 rows, and in the payment also 3 rows. Here see all 3 rows are affected after we clicking on execute. See, 3 rows. Now we are going to check if the rows is affected on the table or not by, by the select command. First, we are going to check whether the inserted rows are inserted in the room table. See, the inserted rows are inserted in the room table. And then we check in the guest table. That also inserted. Then for reservation and booking, and booking, and for the payment table. And then we are going to see some of the functions and operations in the SQL. First, we uses the where clause. The where clause is used for have a certain condition that separates the table. Here we take room table and we separate the table that where the capacity capacity is greater than is lesser than 4. Then execute this. See, the capacity of room is lesser than 4 is executed here. This is how the where class. And next we are going to see the order by class. Order by class is works the table is going to order by in either ascending or in the descending. You can use the order by in combination of where clause or other joint like that, and or we can use it separately. Here we are going to use with the where clause in this same condition. Order by room type ascending. Now run this. See, the room type is arranged in the ascending order. Now we can change this in descending also. See, now the room type is arranged in the descending order. Next, we are going to see the aggregate functions. There are some of the aggregate functions such as count, average, minimum, maximum, standard deviation, variance, and bit functions, and so on. And here we are see the two functions, count and average. We see the total room. We want total room count means we use the count functions total rooms and execute it. Then you can find that total room is 3, and we can find the average room price that the rooms are cost, that the average room price is 150 rupees. Here we are going to join the two tables, reservation table and guest table. We want the reservation ID and the first name of the person who booked the room. So we select the reservation ID and the first name. We want the two attributes only, so we give the two attributes from the reservation as R. The reservation, we cannot type the reservation as fully, so we can use R with the as. Likewise, joins guest as G. Here we can use the primary foreign keys to connect the two tables via join. Then we execute it. Now we are going to see subqueries, a query inside a query, which a query which runs after the query inside the query. Here we uses the reservation and guest as two table. In the inside query we uses the guest table that we want to get the value guest id where the person's last name is Doe. After running the subquery, it gives the guest id. Then the reservation query will run with where clause that the guest id in the value. After running this, we got the output of the subquery. And next we are going to see the view. View is a virtual table which is used to derive from one or more tables that can be seen by the developer. Here we use the reservation. We join the reservation and the guest in and create it as a view as reservation details and select some of the attributes from the reservation and from the guest and joins normally with the foreign keys. And I had already executed this command line is completed successfully, and then we can view it by the reservation details name and run this. See, it will join the reservation and the guest table and name the table as reservation details. In the MySQL, we can use the view that we have created here. See, here created a reservation details as a temporary table.